Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Padase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Padase Parasana hi hai bunde na base Parasana hi hai bunde na base Kehti Ishwar tumko sarase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Padase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Padase Kabhi na rahe na pyase ab to Kabhi na rahe na pyase ab to Sham gata hai chani jab to Bige pyar se darati apne Bige pyar se darati apne Manua nahi vyakul tarse Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Hadase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Hadase Chalo chale ab mile sham se Chalo chale ab mile sham se Umaga rahi hai chaah prem se Jure hirdaya se aham mitake Jure hirdaya se aham mitake Duvidata jase apne manase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Hadase Rim Jim Padala Padase Manua Mera Pagala Hadase Rim Jim The raindrops are falling like the moments that happen in our life. And those moments are always showering down as moments of joy, is the words to this song. And in order to drink those drops of the joy of those moments, we must take down our umbrella of ignorance. Ignorance meaning forgetfulness that the moments are the joy. I'm Lionel Kilner, and I have the privilege and enjoyment of having this opportunity to talk about yoga. And yoga entered my life about 11, 12 years ago, and the meaning and the experience that I've had in those years of unfoldment have been very pleasurable, and that pleasure is what I would like to express right now. And the purpose of yoga is to unfold that joy, to unfold the moments of the life as joyous. And there are various means of yoga. The most popular one in the West here has been Hatha yoga, which we will speak about this evening. But yoga is a state of unity or experience of oneness in the moment of the joy of right now. And Hatha yoga is the first means of getting into that direct experience of right now. And there is also Dhyan yoga. There's also Bhakti yoga. There's Raja yoga. And all of these steps of yoga have a definite purpose in the unfoldment of joy alone. And as I say this evening, I have two friends with me, and we would like to present a demonstration of Hatha yoga. Ha means the sun, Tha means the moon. And that means the coming together of the light the source of the light and the reflection of the light, together in one moment, together in one moment's experience, which is the purpose of Hatha Yoga in the physical body, using the physical body for that experience. Hatha Yoga has been generally used in the West here as a physical means of becoming slim and beautiful and bringing health into the body. That is only one focus of Hatha Yoga. A deeper or more real use of Hatha Yoga is to strengthen the nervous system so that the flow of energy, of that life energy in the body, flows in a very even, balanced way, so that our thoughts and our whole nervous system, including our physical body, flows in the moments of that joy of the life, in a healthy, spontaneous, joyous way. So I would like to introduce a demonstration of Hatha Yoga, because it has brought joy, and that is the only reason for Hatha Yoga. We begin with Surya Namaskar, Sanskrit for salute to the sun, symbolic of becoming respectful to that life force, that sun energy. And we begin with salute to the sun because that is the dynamism, the flow of the life through the body in a healthful, vibrant way is the purpose for Hatha Yoga. The life in itself is undifferentiated and unmodified, but the moment that it manifests into form, it has the limitation of the form that it manifests into, such as the electricity is a flow of energy. But when it comes in contact with a 50-watt light bulb, it has the quality of that modification. It has the limitation of that modification. So in the Hatha Yoga, all of these postures are to create a flow with the natural life force itself. And each posture has been created to open blockages in those channels or those flows of energy in the body form, of which there are two major manifested flows of energy, Ida and Pingala, one on the right side and one on the left side. That's where Hatha Yoga, as I mentioned before, Hath, H-A, standing for sun, Tha standing for moon. The sun being the life unmodified, and Tha, or the moon, being the reflection or the modification, bringing a balance between those two, the modification and the unmodified, creating vitality in a natural flow of things as they actually are. So Hatha Yoga, the postures, are creating a flow through the body system, creating from the beginning of the Surya Namaskar right through to the end posture, each one specifically for opening and stimulating each organ, particularly moving the energy through the nervous system, through the spinal column. So it should always be done in a state of reverence to the body, reverence to the life. Hatha yoga should be done in a very relaxed atmosphere, both in the room that you're doing it, as well as the inner attitude towards that you're doing. The postures themselves hold the perfection in themselves, so that the spinal column and each organ has the opportunity to get out of each posture that the posture is meant for. So rather than forcing the body in any one direction, just allowing the body to easily go into the form, go into the posture, and allow the posture itself to do its work. These postures have been created by sages who have been scientists of inner experience, creating health within the nervous system, and this has been done and created hundreds of years ago, and have been used by these scientists of self-development, self-awareness for hundreds of years. And it is not an Eastern philosophy, it is not an Eastern mystical tradition. It is a means for unfolding that which is human, that life itself. The self is the life, not the thought about the life. We are the life in the form. We are the experience. And to create a balance through proper diet, proper thinking, proper exercise, we can be tuned in to that vitality, our true nature, which is nothing but the life itself. In doing the Hatha Yoga, there is always a balance between activity and non-activity. But we always think of relaxation as being not an activity or a sleepiness. But for anyone who has tried to get into the process of relaxation will come immediately to understand that it is a dynamism, it is a creation, to create that state which we call relaxation. And it is one that has to be done with a vital understanding of what really relaxation is, in terms of returning back to that unmodified state, undifferentiated life itself, so that the nervous system is opened, the heart is opened, the mind is opened, the body is opened, everything is open to the source. One should study Hatha Yoga from someone who is definitely involved and has been involved in the practice of self-development and self-understanding for quite some time, who has been studying under someone who has the direct experience or the direct knowledge, so that the body, the nervous system, the emotions, and the mind is always kept in a balance, and it is never an unharmonious experience, so that there is understanding, concrete understanding, in a very balanced way, happening all the time. Keeping in mind that Hatha Yoga is a beginning step in the science of Raj Yoga, or that highest yoga, the full unfoldment of the human consciousness into a state of total vitality and total health, in total understanding of who we are. So Hatha Yoga is a beginning step because it strengthens the nervous system, allowing the perception of stability, of stillness, peace, harmony, unity starts to unfold at that point. So that it is a nurturing of the body tool as the base for our further understanding, which goes on to other practices, which are not a mystical experience, but an actual experience of what is present right now. What is it that's allowing us to be an experience right now? What is that experience? That is yoga. At that point, there is a harmony between Ha and Tha, the sun and the moon. Yoga, or that state of yoga, can be known as an experience of total health or total happiness, or a vibrancy with the life. And that vibrancy, or the life itself, is not Eastern, nor is it Western. It's what we are. And the people, or the sages and yogis of ancient times, have brought this ancient wisdom into the world and maintained it there, not as an Eastern tradition, but as a means for the human consciousness, the human being, to unfold and maintain happiness and joy, which is really our true nature. And I have found for my own self that unfoldment of that joy and that health, that total health, physical, mental, spiritual, that on all levels, the consciousness, the unfoldment, comes in the form of understanding. And it's understanding of not somewhere else or some other state of consciousness. It's understanding what is here, actually who I am, who it is that's looking into that camera. And I am always present here in the moment, and the joy is always vibrant right here. And that life is always right here. That happiness and that health is always right here. And vibrating and finding that space within my own self tunes me to meet people who are also in that same state of unfoldment. And as I said before, it's not Eastern, nor is it Western. It's human. And someone who has that same spark of joy within them can be really recognized. And I'd like to introduce someone who I have seen that spark in the past couple of years, and it's Wendy Jones.
Thank you, Brahmanand. What I've been noticing here tonight is that the way that we're filming this, the way we're sitting now and speaking, and the way that we sat this way when we began the program and then moved into the asanas, it appears almost as if we were sitting here and somehow our bodies got up and went through all the yoga asanas, and then now in reality, or appearing that in reality we've been sitting here all this time, and our bodies somehow went and did those asanas as examples for you. And for me, this is the way the consciousness works, because the consciousness is that stillness within us, and our personalities and our bodies go through the different activities of the day and so on, and yet there's always that point of stillness within which never moves and is unchanging, just as it appears that the talkers haven't moved even though the bodies got up and did the asanas. And what is important for me when I do Hatha yoga, I don't do it very often, but I do it because I enjoy the way that it will still my inner space sometimes when I need that, my my sense of calm. And it does that because as I'm moving through a yoga asana, the idea is not how far you bend or how to get from this position into that. The whole importance of the asana is being with yourself as you're doing the stretch, so that at each point in the movement, you're at a perfect point, because the position that you're in is the one that you're in, and you're there with yourself. You're aware and you're conscious. And just that practice of bringing the consciousness to the little moments as we move through, be it anything, a yoga asana or driving a car or talking into a camera, that sense of self is always present, and through practice begins to unfold itself as the point of stability within us that we truly are. And a person that I love very much, that I've been learning a lot through her, watching her evolution, is Jan Dale. And I think she's a beautiful example of that point of stillness that comes to work in the lifetime.
Thank you, Wendy. I find yoga for me is knowing that the truth is universal, but that the practice of yoga becomes very specific in the life of a person. I've been doing Hatha yoga for many years, but only a few basic postures. And I do them mostly so that I can stay flexible and my nervous system can stay stable and healthy. And anytime I feel a little sick, I start doing some Hatha yoga and to stretch myself, to stretch my body, to help to open my body. And somehow with it, I ease into being able to open my person to that truth which we know, can come to know as the self. And I also see yoga as a surrender to that knowledge of the self. And I think of it in terms of an analogy that I read to my children, a story called The Velveteen Rabbit. And in this story, there's a little boy who gets a velveteen rabbit for Christmas, and he's all stuffed and very stiff with a bright nose. And as he begins to love this rabbit, pretty soon the rabbit's fur gets all crinkled and his nose gets rubbed off, and he starts missing an ear, and he starts to bend and sag in places. And as the process goes on, and this boy loves this rabbit more and more, pretty soon the rabbit becomes real. And he doesn't have any stuffing left, and he doesn't have any outside, he doesn't have any edges. And he actually turns into a real rabbit and hops away, and he's freed back to nature, to where he came from. And I think of yoga as this process for myself. The more that I expand and explore and open to surrender to the self, I too get rubbed. And pretty soon, my skin gets wrinkly, and I find my edges get rubbed off, and all that's left is a real person. So I think for people that want that experience, that's one place that you can look. And Hatha yoga can help ease you into that.
The progress or the evolution of that state of yoga, or the vitality of the life itself, comes through many states of yoga, as I was saying before. And it ultimately leads to meditation, which is just a going within and being with that life that is present right now. Not a thought about it, but being with it, with it as it is, not as you think it. And once you touch that, the whole system, the whole being becomes flooded with that radiant life. And once you have touched that, then you have something to sing about. And we have found that singing has become a practice in our life, and it is just an expression of that joy. And this song, Aye, Aye, Aja Shama Gara Aye, is saying that spark of life in its purest form, just pure life, pure radiance, and pure love, has come into our heart. Sanya ke shubha vela me, nama basanta ke asha me, pushpita surpita rajani me, jana jana ke abhilasha me, asaka se padita devo ke dukha harani haraye, aye, aye, aaj sham garaye. आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, देवी आलोक के रजनी वाली, अग जग के प्रिय स्वामी, स्वयं सच्चिदानंद रूपा, गत गत के अंतर्यामी, निर्बल के बल शाम गगन से आज दरह पर आए, 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 आज शाम गराए, आए, आए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, संज्ञा के शुभ वेला में नव बसंत की आशा में, पुष्पित सुरपित रजनी में, जन जन के अभिलाषा में, असुरों से पीड़ित देवों के दुख हरनी हराए, आए, आए, आज शाम गराए, आए, आए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, असुरों से पीड़ित देवों के दुख हरनी हराए, आए, आए, आज शाम गराए, आए, आए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए, आज शाम गराए.
Didn't approach mayor and council to see if we could get a 1983 Nelson section going. Now,